gold. It's a word that has sparked dreams and driven men to the ends of the earth. It's a funny thing, ain't it? A shiny metal, but it makes folks do crazy things. They say it glitters like the sun, but it can cast a shadow over a man's soul. Back in 1848, out in California, a fella named James Marshall found some of that shiny stuff at Sutter's mill. It was just a few flecks in the river, but it was enough to change the world. Now, old Sutter, he wanted to keep it quiet, but word got out. Like wildfire, it spread. The news travelled faster than a horse could run. That, my friends, was the start of something big, the California Gold Rush. It was a time when dreams were as big as the mountains and just as hard to reach. Before Marshall spotted that gold, California was a sleepy place, a land of rolling hills and quiet streams. Not many folks, mostly farmers and ranchers, but that all changed. The discovery of gold turned everything upside down. News travelled fast, and soon everyone and their brother were packing up and heading west. They left behind their homes, their lives, all for a chance at fortune. They came from all over, see? From the East Coast, from across the ocean, from every corner of the world, all chasing that golden dream. It was a melting pot of hope and ambition. It weren't just individuals, neither. Whole families pulled up stakes, hoping to strike it rich. They worked together side by side, with dreams of golden riches in their eyes. They loaded up their wagons or boarded ships, braving the unknown, all with the same thought, California gold. It was a journey of hope, hardship, and the relentless pursuit of a dream. Now imagine this, thousands upon thousands of people all heading to the same place. They were driven by dreams, hopes, and the promise of a better life. Each step they took was filled with determination and a sense of adventure. It was a sight to behold. Wagon trains stretched for miles, folks walking alongside, their faces full of hope and dust. The journey was long and arduous, but the spirit of these pioneers was unbreakable. Ships overflowing with passengers, all eager to get their hands dirty. They left behind their old lives, seeking fortune and a fresh start in the land of opportunity. They called them the 49ers, these folks arriving in 1849. They were a diverse group, united by a common goal. They came from every corner of the world, Irish, Chinese, Germans, Mexicans, you name it. Each brought their own culture, traditions and dreams, adding to the rich tapestry of the American frontier. The gold rush, it didn't discriminate. It promised riches, and that was a language everyone understood. Men, women, young, old, they all sought the elusive gold that could change their lives forever. This migration, it changed America. It brought folks west, settled the frontier. Towns sprang up overnight, and the landscape of the nation was forever altered. California, it went from being a quiet outpost to a bustling hub almost overnight. The influx of people and wealth transformed it into a land of endless possibilities. All thanks to that shiny metal. Gold was the catalyst, but it was the people and their dreams that truly shaped the future. With all these folks coming in, towns sprung up like mushrooms after the rain. People from all walks of life, dreamers and schemers alike, flocked to these new frontiers, hoping to strike it rich. One day, there was nothing, the next, a whole town, full of saloons, hotels and supply stores. It was like magic, but it was hard work and determination that built these places. Places like San Francisco, Sacramento, they boomed. These cities became the epicenters of commerce and opportunity, drawing even more people to their bustling streets. These boom towns, they were wild places, full of life, but also full of danger. The promise of gold brought out the best and the worst in people. Lawmen were scarce, and folks played by their own rules. Justice was often swift and brutal, and disputes were settled with fists or firearms. Saloons were always packed, music spilling out into the dusty streets. These establishments were the heart of the town, where miners could unwind after a long day. Gambling, drinking and fighting were common pastimes. The stakes were high, and tempers often flared, leading to brawls that could turn deadly. But gold, it's a fickle mistress. One day you could be rich, the next left with nothing but broken dreams and empty pockets. Just as fast as these towns boomed, they could go bust. The rise and fall of these towns were as dramatic as the gold rush itself. a vein of gold would run dry, and folks would pack up and move on, leaving ghost towns in their wake. These once thriving communities became eerie reminders of the past. The gold rush, it was a game of chance, and not everyone came out a winner. For every success story, there were countless tales of hardship and loss. Life in the diggings, well, it was tough. Miners worked from dawn till dusk, panning for gold in icy streams or digging deep into the earth. They lived in rough camps, often just tents or makeshift shacks. Provisions were scarce and expensive, and disease was a constant threat. But despite the hardships, there was a sense of camaraderie among the miners. They were all in it together, dreaming of that one big strike that would change their lives forever and ever.